take care of the money, they swing on the water on me like the sunny. I shine when it's sunny, just platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mall. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me alone, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, second down. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Breida. And some room to maneuver. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
That's complete right around the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive, we throw an interception. A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Gun! No, check, Patriot!
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Breida. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They run with Breida. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
They're going to try and throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
21.
This is Breida. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Set, lady. Omaha, ready to move.
Now Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Detroit! Gun!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And he lost the football. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Watch him now, Barney!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Gun! Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They come out here in the eye. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Kalen Ballage, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, I need one.
On first down, Stafford here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Stafford now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. He's going to air one out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Lucky 56. 55 is my guy, 55. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Finding room to the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Big 20.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Now the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Gano out to kick this one away. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. First and 10, Stafford. Open man is Uzama. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Spinning away. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a third and about 13. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Buying time to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play. Offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. 319. Gun. Detroit.
They're going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Stafford. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Gone, 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 gone.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Balaj, and an Allen run, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, Leopard.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green 39, Green 39. Detroit, Detroit.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gun, 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 gun.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They get it to him running left. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. The extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And the Jets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now a play fake here on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Stafford looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Martin. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Back to throw, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And they'll run it here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football? And there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Carolina, they're into the win column now as they move